Hello everybody, it is Friday. I am Dollhouse and this is going to be done in hopefully just one take. So we'll see how this goes. Welcome to Dollhouse Diaries. So it's Friday. I told you guys that this was going to be kind of like my vlog thing that I'm doing. And the whole reason I want to do this once a week is because I'm giving you guys this daily song, but I want you guys to be able to kind of get to know me a little bit better too. So, yeah. So I know you guys see me in the videos for the daily song, but this is going to be a bit more candid, a little bit more personal, and I'm going to be a lot more open-minded. There may be some bad language, but we'll try to avoid that as best as possible. But I've got some coffee. It is morning, and yeah, let's get right into it. So I did say that this first episode would be about why I'm doing Rise and Shine. What made me want to start doing this, and then I said if you're a musician, why something like this could help you too. But we're gonna extend this to like the entire creative industry, anyone that does any kind of creative work, and so we're gonna get into this right now. So essentially, as you know, I am obviously a musician and I like to write and whatnot. I last year came out with an EP. That was really good. I had an EP before that, and then I've got some albums coming out sometime this year. Honestly, those are in the works, but I'm focusing on Rise and Shine right now. And the hardest part about writing is just the coming up with something out of nowhere. A lot of people you hear, it's like, oh, well, this song was, it was written in like 3 minutes. It was just the creative spark. To me, the creative spark only happens, it happens for an instant, and it may only end up being like 5% of your final song. Like if you get some of these great artists, whenever they release an album, they say, yeah, it's like, oh, the creative spark really, inspired this song. But for most people, I'm obviously not them, but for most people, regular people, that creative spark, that's what gets you that idea. But it's all this foundation and all these skills that you've built up over years that help you take that little idea from the creative spark and really grow it and nourish it into something that can truly be absolutely amazing. And so, but without that foundation, you can't do that. You have these great ideas, but you don't know how to expand. Some one of those words to develop it. You don't have the right skills or tools to develop it. Which brings me to why I'm doing Rise and Shine. I recently saw there was a cool video floating around on the interwebs by Iraglass or Iraglass. I really don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'll put a link to the video in the description or in one of the annotation bubbles. Maybe it'll pop up over here, but you can watch it for yourself. It's like a minute long, and essentially the whole point of what he's saying in this video is that if you're in any type of creative field, there's a big gap between having these great ideas and knowing what's really good, and then the flip side, the other side of that big gap, is actually creating something that is that good, that's as good as the stuff is really good. He says in the video, you have great taste, right? These people, they have great taste, so they know what's good and what's not, but they don't know how to make that. There's this giant gap, and that gap can really only be bridged and closed by practice. And I'm not saying like going through textbooks and all this other, or just practicing like your instrument, or just editing a bunch of videos or something like that. No, by practice, like it's legit starting and finishing creating something. Like, you need to start something, you need to finish it. No matter what your creative field may be, or whatever medium you're working in, or anything that you're making, you need to be able to start something and then finish it. And so that's why I started Rise and Shine, because I needed to I've got this gap. I'm not saying what I've made is bad. I have made some very, very bad stuff that I mean, it was cool when I made it. I was very proud of the time, but inside, I could tell. I was like, this wasn't quite good. I liked it because, I made it, but it wasn't quite good. My last EP I just put out, Beyond the Wall, that was kind of more or less one of the first times I felt legit really proud about something, and I felt like I'd closed this big gap that there was before. I'd closed it so much more. I felt like that was a big milestone in me creating stuff, but I've still got all that milestone left, or all that milestone. That doesn't make any sense. That's what? But I've still got the rest of that gap I need to bridge. And so the whole point of doing Rise and Shine is it makes me write one whole song a day, and I only have an hour to write it. So whatever essentially my first good idea that pops into my head during that hour is, I have to run with that. It's like taking that creative spark, as crappy as it may be, taking that tiniest little bit of creative spark you may have and like pushing through to turn it into something. Because I've only got an hour. At the end of that hour, that's it. And so it forces me to really run with the first idea, but it allows me to finish work. It makes me finish work. Giving myself this deadline makes me finish these songs. And that's the thing. Most people in a creative field, you know this, especially if you're a musician too, or you're an artist or something, it's like you never really want to finish it. You want to change this, you want to change that, but you need to just finish it and move on. If it's not as good as you wanted, make whatever the new thing you're going to start, make that even better. And so Rise and Shine for me is, I wanted to give people music every day, because myself personally, I love hearing new music. I think it's a beautiful thing. It's obviously one of my favorite things in the world. Music, especially new music, is just so cool, and it's so awesome just being able to hear new stuff. Like here's a little plug for Spotify. I wish I was sponsored by them, but I'm not. But you should check out Spotify anyways. But every Tuesday they have that Spotify New Music Tuesday playlist. And I don't like the majority of it that comes out on it, but it's really fun to listen to, because I know that I will have never heard it before. It's something completely new. And so that's kind of my reason for why I'm putting it out there in public, Rise and Shine. But for me personally, I'm doing it so I can bridge this gap of being a good writer and a good producer and a good musician just overall, and a good just artist in general, and really becoming something a lot greater, something a lot bigger than myself. But I can't get there without pushing through a massive volume of work first. And who knows, maybe the next album I make will be amazing, or maybe it will. Well, actually, I know at this point it won't fall completely flat, because I'm at a point now to where if I'm putting that much work into something, it's going to at least be pretty good. So that's kind of my whole reasoning for doing it. I want to share my music with people and give it to them, and give it to you guys every day, but at the same time, it really is just a lot for me to get better. And whether or not at this moment in my videos, maybe like the 10 people that watch them, thank you to all you guys, or anyone that's checked out a video, and probably the not too many people that will see this first episode of my vlog, unless maybe it's in the future and you're coming back to watch it. If so, hello. If not, then hi Mom, because I'm sure you're watching, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see about that. Hopefully I can convince her to watch, I think. But yeah, so that's why I'm doing this series. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it. It's not like this is a chore for me. It's the hour in my day where I write these songs it's a nice escape. It's very therapeutic, and I absolutely love it. And so I love making these videos for you guys, and I hope you're enjoying them. And I really hope that you share these videos with everyone. Just the whole world. Just annoy the shit out of people with them. And because you know what? Why not, right? But, oh man, just doing it in one take thing's kind of hard. I don't know how some people do it, but jump cuts, I don't feel like doing that. It's too early for that. But yeah, so this is the first look into me as an artist, and this is why I'm doing what I do at the moment. And I've got a bunch of big ideas, big things in store, and I'm really excited. And I'm excited to bring you guys along with me. Like, I want to bring people with me, and that's why I've got you guys. So if you're out there, thank you very much for supporting me and what I've been doing so far. I look forward to taking you on all these musical adventures with me. And yeah. So remember, if you're in any type of creative field and you feel like your work isn't quite up to par, then you need to just start making stuff and make a lot of it. And eventually, I don't know, it could be a month, it could be a decade, but eventually you'll get there, just like I will. You will get there. And so on that note, hope you liked the first episode. I really don't know how long this has been. I should probably check the time. I hope it wasn't too long. We'll talk about that later. But anyways, I'm Dollhouse. Check out Rise and Shine, the playlists. Check out the rest of my channel. Subscribe to the channel to be updated. Like me on Facebook, like me on SoundCloud, Reverb Nation, all the different things. You guys know that stuff. And that's it for me. We are closing this chapter of the diary. And have a great weekend, everybody.